on the floor.
Is that Josh Hawley? From here, it looks like him.
No, it does. He does kind of have like that toothy, kind of like horsey.
Yeah, the same. He's got the same
big
body.
The big teeth face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the insults are flying early. Good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. I'm Austin Peterson. That's my smoking hot redheaded libertarian wife, Stephanie.
Hello.
We don't have Justin today.
He's at a conference.
He's at a conference. He's a busy man out in Boston, but it's just going to be us today. I hope that you guys can tolerate us for a couple hours.
At least we're not Miss Rachel.
Welcome to Freedom Family Friday. I'm Austin. Justin will be back next week. We always leave one pineapple in the pot. We're glad you're here for the weekly stand at the Pineapple Standard, where hospitality meets liberty and where we protect our kids and our freedoms. We can do both. No heroin for 5-year-olds, Stephanie.
Boo.
All right, let's talk about what we're covering today. So you probably saw this one coming. The dark side of kids shows. We're going to dig into the case of Miss Rachel. She's the preschool YouTube star whose Songs for Littles brand built an empire. But now parents are asking, what's really behind all these sing-alongs? So are we simply teaching ABCs, or is there a creeping ideology slipping into the content for our little ones? So we're going to unpack what to watch for and what freedom-minded parents should ask about what to show to their kids. Then we're
I'm very excited for this. I've been pushing this topic for a few weeks now to Austin. So I appreciate you for covering it today.
Stephanie is really excited about it. I'm glad that we're going to talk to her about these things and get her motherly opinion. So I'm excited for that. So then we're going to move parenting in the digital age, because, of course, screen time, devices, algorithms, and media messages, they're not just for teens anymore. Toddlers, tweens, and even baby Hazel are in the crosshairs. So how do we raise children who think, not just consume? How do we carve out real human connection? We've got some new data and some practical tips.
Interesting.
Yes, and then next, another lighter but no less telling topic, the Y2K 1990s revival that's going on right now. So platform shoes, baggy jeans. The kids are jealous of our Jinko jeans. Do you remember?
I never wore those. No,
you weren't a Jinko jean.
I wore bootcut jeans. I never wore those kind.
Yes. So this morning we're going to talk a little bit about the revival of Y2K this morning.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we've also got some heavy hitters. We're going to look at the new Ken Burns documentary, The American Revolution. It's coming out this fall, and
nice.
And you guys know that I just joined the Sons of the American Revolution, so we're going to talk about some patriotic stuff today. And how do we tell, I guess a good question on this, why we talk about it, other than it's interesting cultural news, is how do we tell the story of America's founding, right? What lens do we use to look at our shared American heritage? So I'll be interested to see how Ken Burns frames the American Revolution.
Did he do other movies?
Oh, yeah.
That we know of?
Oh, yeah. Lots of Ken.
Okay.
Ken Burns is like the most famous documentarian in the world.
He didn't do the World War I documentary, did he?
No, that was
okay.
The guy who did Lord of the Rings. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. I've got the 2-minute trailer for the movie, and we'll play it and talk about it. This is a big story if we have time for it. A $100 million gift to the new tuition-free anti-woke university from University of Austin. This will be interesting. So people are they're finally starting to put money where their mouth is to fight back against woke and DEI. But a big breaking news story, the one that's kind of trending right now, Stephanie. I don't know if you had time to watch it, but we're going to play it. Sydney Sweeney sat down with GQ magazine.
Oh, I did. I watched it in bed last night.
Yeah, she addressed the huge backlash to the Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes campaign by American Eagle, which her critics were said that it indulged in genetic superiority undertones.
Right.
So she didn't apologize, and the memes that are coming out of this are the woman that interviewed her and her facial expressions, which is just this most smirky, smuggy, lefty, liberal woman.
It was the most awkward interview.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to play that. We're going to respond to it. and we're going to. This show is just going to be entertaining as hell. Husband and wife duo.
Yay! I'm glad you're not like Miss Rachel's husband, though.
Why? What's Miss Rachel's husband like?
He quit Broadway. He was like a musician for Broadway. I believe he was doing Aladdin. And he quit his entire career to help his wife, Miss Rachel. And so all of these women around the world are like, have a husband like Miss Rachel's husband.
Oh, my God.
Someone who quits their career for you, for your girl dreams.
I don't know, Stephanie. If you were a multimillionaire, I might be okay being a kept husband, to be real.
Yes.
I might just stop all this streaming stuff and just say, I just want to support my wifey, and while I sip Mai Tais from the beach and
I just feel like that's like it's like castration for you, because it's just like taking out all your manliness.
Yeah, okay, it probably is in his case.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be for me, because I would do masculine things with all my free time. I would scuba dive, and I would hunt rare,
right.
I would spear fish, and I would do all this crazy stuff that I can't do now because I'm not a millionaire.
Or you could be a trillionaire like Elon Musk.
Yeah,
the
we
very
heard that,
first trillionaire.
and congratulations, and well deserved.
Yes.
Elon Musk. They're beating up on our boy Vivek, by the way. Speaking of Elon, Vivek Ramaswamy.
In the chat?
No. Oh. Vivek Ramaswamy is getting beat up online. The Groypers are really mad at Vivek.
Why?
One poll came out. One poll, which we can't even say necessarily is accurate, that showed that he's within like 1% of losing the Ohio governor's race to the Democrat.
Yeah.
But it's not even a reliable poll. But all of the people who really hate Vivek Ramaswamy are ganging up on him right now, attacking him. And what I'm seeing is that it's like a lot of European conservative accounts that are attacking Vivek, which there are all these hardcore nationalist types that are always like, let me tell you about your country, whenever they're being lectured to by an immigrant. But they're literally immigrants lecturing us Americans about which candidates we should like. Vivek Ramaswamy, they pissed him off when he called Americans, they say, lazy at Christmas last year. Guess what? Why do you think you're all why do you think you're all overweight? I mean, I know this is a time of populism and we're not supposed to like critique the unwashed masses of conspiratards, but let me just, from my high horse and my ivory tower, critique the great unwashed masses. I'm a martial arts instructor. I see you all out there with your corpulent bodies, your porcine, your bovine, you're swinish. Get off of your lazy asses and go to the gym and stop eating and drinking. If you're going to eat and drink beer, then you got to do it. You got to be like me. You got to work out at least 3 times a week. Take 2 walks a day. If you're going to be fat, you better be strong like me.
It's all semantics. People don't like name calling. They don't like to be called lazy. I think they rather be told that they have obstacles that are making it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Yes. And a lot of it is just...
And it's the laziness.
Also, he's a proud Hindu. He's not a Christian, and they don't like that.
Yeah.
So there's that sort of religious connotations to it. And therefore, they're going to dislike him no matter what. So that's definitely going to play into it. But there's also a lot of disdain. It's one thing to be told the truth by, like, when we say it, right? So we're white, we're Americans. Well, actually, you're Jewish, so you don't count. Sorry, to the camps.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't win an election.
That's right.
Jesus and you wouldn't
Christ,
win because
that's right.
You're not a believer.
That's right. That's what I said the other day. Somebody's trying to get me run for office. I'm like, no, they won't do it. They won't vote for it. So they're like, because I remember during my campaign, they were like, Austin, he's like in league with Satan. Remember that? There was like a satanic panic.
Oh, there was, because you were on, what was the website called? It was like a social media website where there were like satanic people on there.
Oh. It was that I on Facebook, I had, quote, liked the church, like the Church of
Satanic
Satan.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
that's right.
That's the problem with Facebook.
Yes.
It's like, if you want to just like follow and get news from something and hear what they have to say.
Everyone can see.
They can see it, but also you like it rather than just follow it.
Right.
So it's like, you like the Church of Satan. I'm not saying I like the Church of Satan, but I want to hear what they have to say. I'm in the news business, so I'm listening to what everybody has to say. And I think that's, part and parcel of what makes journalists so scorned in some ways, and then in other ways it makes them superior beings to us all.
Yay, hear ye.
Huzzah. Praise me.
Oh, I do every day.
I know. I love it. I love when I wake up in the morning and it's like 5:30, 5:45 and it's like dark and I hear this little squirrely voice, peeping out at me. You can do it.
Or when you come in, I'm like, wow, look at that.
Yes.
You're so beautiful.
Yes. You do. Yes. I walk in naked in the room the morning after my shower and she's just like, wow.
Yeah, George and I, we both just raise our heads and stare.
It's like, it's like the statue of David walking into the room.
It really is.
Adonis.
Really is. Yes.
Again, am I a little overweight? Sure. Am I strong as hell? Absolutely.
Are you lazy?
Am I
That's the question.
You know who's not lazy? Me or you. Actually, you know what it is? I love it. The way I like to look at it is yes, I am lazy. I work really hard so that I don't have to do things in the future. So we always plan ahead so that we never have to do anything right now.
That's right.
If we always plan ahead, then everything's been taken care of for you.
Right.
So you never really have to do anything. Good morning, pineapples. Looking very good and very nice. Suburban Dadcore is giving me the little penis hands. Get out of here.
The penis
Get
hands.
Get out of here with the little penis hands.
Those.
Yeah, I don't
Only I know the size. Okay.
Welcome to the Wake Up America show. I'm Austin Peterson. You're watching and listening to a very funny show. Fridays, we don't follow a script. We don't follow the rules. We just follow our hearts and we have fun and we goof around and we try and make you laugh. And we usually succeed. And for that, we are rewarded. We are building up our rewards in heaven and we build up our earthly rewards as well, Stephanie.
Through Rumble Rants.
We do.
And subscriptions.
And purchases at forlibertyshop.com, which somebody already went this morning, made a nice, healthy, generous purchase.
Oh, really?
We're already at $64 raised towards the bonus content. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
I was just telling you this morning, I am very proud of the new products in the shop that we have added this week. We meaning you and Brad for the most part, because these new products are just gorgeous.
We've really upgraded the quality of our stuff in order to really serve you better and to make us your destination shopping for Christmas time. Let's be honest. When you open up your Christmas gifts, a lot of times you're disappointed because it's really hard to know what to get for somebody that's unique. My thing is when I'm shopping for people, I want to try and find them something that they really can't get anywhere else. Unless they specifically ask me for some item or product. They're like, oh, I just want Xbox gift cards or something like that. I'll get that for them. But if you show up to Christmas with a beautiful gift bag and it comes with like a nice Appeal to Heaven embroidered duffel bag or 1776 embroidered duffel bag, the person who receives that is going to love it. Look at this gorgeous Appeal to Heaven embroidered fleece pullover. So I've really been focusing on building out more, classic patriotic American products that anybody would love to have. So like, look at that engraved join or die whiskey glass, right? Somebody to get that for $30, they're going to put that proudly on like their mini bar. Or drink from that. And
we have tons of whiskey glasses in our house, and our most prized possession is more of I think we have one that has the Declaration of Independence on it. So it's like we love those like Revolutionary War style old time whiskey glasses.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see Andy's face when he gets his join or die hand woven throw blanket.
That is really nice.
And if you're looking for something at a lower price point, then check out like our embroidered hats as well. They're really nice. I've got a bunch of our embroidered hats. They're super high quality, very, very pretty, and you guys will love it. Betsy,
you want me to get those yoga pants?
I do want you to get those yoga pants. I'm gonna be real. I kind of do. I think I'm gonna buy you a pair actually.
I can wear them to the YMCA.
I have to. It took an inordinate amount of time for me to make those, but I didn't have any problem like sitting around like making the images, to be real. It was kind of fun.
That's how you know I'm a good wife.
You are a good wife.
Look at that.
It's kind of fun.
Oh God.
She's thick.
She's a bit
thick.
I
asked for a thick chick for.
Yeah, I didn't know you're into that. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I've always been. I'm not a racist. When it comes to that. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. Oh God, it's going off the rails very quickly. We need to get back on track. The whole point of that is, guys, check out all the brand new stuff that we have at For Liberty Shop this morning. Get your Christmas shopping in early, get those orders in, and help to unlock that bonus content. Once we hit $100 raised, that's going to unlock the mini documentary, and we will play the game that everybody's starting to love at the end of the game, which is the Great Grift Off Liberty Loot Live. So if you made a donation or a purchase, you will get a secret code to play the game at the end of the show and win real prizes from the shop. Shall we do it? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We'll go do it. I'll go do it. I'll go do it. Do it. Do it.
World leaders, please help this baby. Please look at her. Please look at her. Just please look at her eyes for 1 minute. If you just look at her, and if you just think about a baby you love, think about a baby you care so much for. There's no way that we all don't know that you can't kill 15,000 kids and you can't be about to let 14,000 kids starve. And we all know not to bomb and kill and starve children. And somehow it's become controversial, and somehow saying it isn't right anymore, and that's not right. So many of us ordinary people are just like, please don't kill so many children. He is 3 months younger than this baby, and I can't imagine how excruciating it would be to not be able to feed her. If you're not,
So feed her. All right, so let's talk.
Well, apparently in Gaza they can't get milk.
Yeah, I wonder why. Today we're pulling back the curtain on Miss Rachel, the YouTube star preschool educator whose songs for little videos have been adored by toddlers and parents alike. So here's the twist. What happens when a kids entertainer strays into political terrain, mixes activism with education, and becomes kind of a lightning rod for culture wars? So we're going to talk about how Miss Rachel has built an educational brand, what controversies she's drawn, and what the parents of liberty-minded families should look out for. We're going to talk about this right now because Stephanie has been bringing it up to me every day. So let's talk about it.
I've been stalking Miss Rachel just for the purpose of watching her propaganda videos. She posts videos, not just one, but like all the time. She's posting videos about Gaza. She's been on like Middle Eastern news outlets. She's interviewed by a lot of people about this whole Gaza issue. She recently was she was given an award and she wore a dress. We'll show a video of this as well. I think you have that in your list of videos. She wore a dress with artwork from children in Gaza. And she said all the names of the children who drew the artwork. It's on Slack. So does she talk about this stuff on her actual show for the children? I don't think so. Although I did see there was an episode where she had an Israeli child and then a child in Gaza, and she was showing that they can be friends. So I don't know where she imported this Israeli kid from and why the Israeli kid's parents allowed for him to be there. But she's definitely pro-Gaza. I never hear her say good things about Israel.
Beautiful dress that has art from kids in Gaza, and these kids are just amazing. They're so thoughtful and so brilliant. And I know all their names and stories: Luna and Ahmed, Rama, Rana. I'm so proud of you. I'm so honored to wear your artwork. Rana made this beautiful drawing. She lost both of her sisters in the genocide. She lost her 9-month-old sister, Haya, in her arms in an airstrike. Her older sister was killed the next month. I want to end with her words because they're more important than mine. Rana wanted to say, I want to tell the world that my sisters are not numbers. They are moons. They are like the stars. They shine and sparkle.
All the woke people in the audience right there.
Yeah. So they love her. The left loves her. Yes. Robert De Niro loves her. Drew Barrymore.
Oh my gosh. Every parent that I know recommends Miss Rachel to me. And she has quite a large social media presence on Facebook in particular, and she's always posting these reels. And so again, I know children are not necessarily like watching this, but this is what's out there about her.
This is the stuff, though, that like most conservatives probably would be the most concerned about.
Oh, absolutely.
Pride to all of our wonderful, pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm
Really? Really? What are you chasing?
That is funny. That is funny.
Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are.
Right.
To
So
those who are going to
she doesn't want.
Yeah.
She doesn't want us. She doesn't want our support. Right. She doesn't want our support. So that's. I think,
Right.
So take it away from her. Don't let her have it, right? It's all so fake, says Camellia. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. And listen to her voice. We were just talking about this last night. Yeah, like Paris Hilton, you were telling me she made her voice extra high on purpose.
Uh-huh.
And I think Miss Rachel is doing that too, just to make you feel like even worse for her. Like, you guys think about the cuts in Gaza. Rather than talking normal, she talks like a baby. Basically, to make you feel sorry for her.
Honestly, this Paris Hilton clip is one of my favorite clips on the internet, just because of how it ends. God, where is the audio button? Just turn on the. Why would I not want the audio to be on?
Because if you're listening when you're at work or something.
You're beautiful, and never forget that everyone is a princess. I love you all. You're beautiful, and never forget that everyone is a princess.
Never forget that everyone is a princess.
But the best part is the end when she goes. But she doesn't talk like that. She actually has a very like normal voice. But
Yeah.
But women talk like that. Women entertainers. It's that baby voice.
Yeah, and I know that kids respond better when you're talking to them like a child. At least I think that's what research has said. So if you're like, look, Susie, there's a cloud. So I think she's just in that children voice. So she's probably used to it. But when you're posting adult content on your Facebook, not intended for kids, why are you keeping that voice? It's like, why is she staying in character even when she's posting on adult Facebook?
We've been having this conversation this week. I've played one of the other clips from 30 Rocks because they actually had a episode about baby talk.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want to segue too much, but it is Freedom Family Friday,
Yeah.
so we do anything. But here's the segment on it. Hold on. Sexy baby voice. Except for Miss Rachel, it's baby voice
Yeah.
for babies.
I wonder if her husband likes it. He probably does.
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Miss Rachel's not. She's not
I
a
just,
strong 6.
I really struggle with people who are in the spotlight when they talk about their political views, when they're not a political figure.
Right.
It's like when a musician does it, when, a children's show person does it. It's like, just don't tell me. I don't need to know, because we know that bias gets into people's content naturally. Like, I'm sure in her show, even if she's like not intentionally, trying to put in Gaza stuff, I'm sure it's seeping through in there.
Well, here's the thing. She's wading into political issues. So
Yeah.
she's not just a cultural figure. We were talking yesterday about who's your favorite Hillary Duff.
Oh, Hillary Duff. I love her.
And you looked up Hillary Duff last night because you were like, I've never heard Hillary Duff talking about her politics. And I was like, well, here's the thing. If she's in Hollywood and she doesn't talk about her politics, then she's probably a conservative Republican.
And I looked it up.
And guess what?
And she has identified as a Republican before, although she was not happy about Donald Trump. And she did sing at George Bush's inauguration. So we do have a Republican.
So,
Hillary
probably
Duff.
just a normal conservative in a lot of ways.
Yes. And I'm sure a lot of left parents would be very unhappy about that.
Yeah. But I mean, here's Miss Rachel weighing in and asking people to contact Congress. So you're no longer just a an entertainment figure, you're now a political figure.
And she's using her
Thank
baby.
you so much for listening to me and Susie today. About 20 minutes ago, little Susie got hungry, and I just grabbed formula and gave her a bottle. As I was feeding her, I thought about moms in Gaza that can't get formula, and they can't breastfeed because they're too malnourished. I can't imagine the anguish of hearing that same cry, the cry of hunger, and not being able
In
to...
the arms
Yeah.
of the angel.
This is the same thing as the babushka women
fly
from the Holocaust.
away
Like,
from
who
here.
is this baby?
In the dark cold of terrors.
This is probably like some baby that has like a, medical genetic condition.
That baby's laying on it looks like a very high quality medical, like bandage
one of
there.
those pads.
Yeah, one of those pads.
Yeah.
And so the baby is being used very specifically to make us feel a certain way.
For propaganda.
For propaganda.
Absolutely.
Correct. Absolutely.
We
And
could
that
find
baby-
even a baby here in America that looks like that.
And that baby also has on looks like a pretty nice quality diaper and that not a rag wrapped around us with it. Like, there's a difference between babies that are staged for props, and you got to look for these kinds of things.
Wait, so what's around the arm? Is that a rag you said?
That's not what's not around the arm. Well, that looks like a high quality medical wrapping for probably
Yes.
for blood draws and things like that.
Right.
So this baby is getting help, and rightfully so, and I'm glad to hear it.
Right, yeah. It's like no hate on this baby.
Not at
like
all.
that's the thing.
Not
When
at all.
people see us criticizing Miss Rachel, that doesn't mean we hate children.
No, we don't.
That doesn't mean I want the children in Gaza to die. No. I just think that she also needs to consider the Israeli children as well.
She doesn't. She when there was a backlash, she brought an Israeli child onto
on
the
her
show. But it was only
Yes.
after there was a backlash.
Yes.
Because I think she probably realized that, her audience wasn't going to tolerate a complete and total one-sidism because probably part of her audience is Jewish as well.
Oh my gosh. She's in every Jewish household.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Jewish people are continuing to show their kids this
They're not
woman.
paying attention, or they're liberals themselves who hate,
Right.
they're self-hating Jews.
Right.
Right. You know as well as I do. By the way, Shabbat Shalom is trending.
Are you kidding me?
Shabbat Shalom.
Well, it is Shabbat tonight. It sets in.
There was a big controversy this week because this Jewish woman in Washington, D.C., her name's Bethany Mandel, she invited, I think, Heritage staffers to come to Shabbat dinner. And apparently one of the staffers said that it would be contrary to his religious beliefs as a Catholic to go to a Shabbat dinner. How do you feel about that?
Oh, for a Catholic person to say they're not coming?
Yeah, because they felt like it would go against their own religious beliefs.
I mean, to each his own. I know how weird I felt. I went to a church one time in college for a school project, and I felt really weird even doing that. And it was for a grade in school. So, like, if somebody asked me to go with them for like a church service that was not like a singing service for Christmas, I would feel very conflicted about that. It just feels awkward. And although I have gone to funerals in churches before, I had a Catholic friend who passed away, and I did go to the funeral service in the church. And I mean, that's totally fine. But if it was like a friend saying like, hey, come to church service with me, I'd feel weird. But if it was just like a Shabbat dinner and not at a religious institution, I'd feel okay about it. I think I'd feel weirder going to the religious institution itself.
If there was like a Catholic dinner.
Right. If it was a Catholic dinner and they were inviting me just, to learn about their religion and, support them, whatever, like, sure. Yeah,
Well,
especially if I was friendly with this person.
Well, I go to events all the time
Yeah.
where it may not even be a religious event per se, but sometimes maybe it is. It has like more overt religious tones than others. And we pray, and I stand alongside them and bow my head and join in them with a communion to an extent.
That's right. I
But
definitely feel awkward to do that. Like
Well,
when we go to
of
the
course it's
Lincoln Day
awkward.
dinners.
Of course.
And they're
Of
like
course it's
praying.
awkward. Yeah.
I don't pray. I just kind of like stare.
Well, yeah, you don't
know.
pray because you don't think there's anybody to talk to.
Right.
What I do is I meditate.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And it's just a matter of being respectful to the audience, the people that we're with.
Yeah.
Right. What am I supposed to do? Like stand around with my hands on my thing. I'm like, are you guys done yet?
Right.
Okay, finish off. This is a ritual.
Oh, for sure. Even when I went to private school as a kid, at lunchtime, we used to sing, "The Lord's been good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seeds. The Lord's been good to me." Imagine that.
I mean,
a Jewish child singing that.
Here's the thing. I'm at both. I'm of two minds of this one.
Yeah.
So on one hand, it is awkward. It's like going to a Muslim call to prayer.
Yeah, like
right?
would you go to a Muslim dinner?
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of would. That's that's why I don't fit in with the current state of the GOP, because I'm kind of multicultural. I like to learn from different people. I like to. This is why I'm unfit for today's world, is because I'm not a monoculture person. I like to get a taste a little bit of everything. I would go to I haven't been to a Catholic church, and I'm curious. I want to go to a Catholic church. I want to just kind of see what the rites are like. I want to see them swinging the incense and doing stuff like that.
They did that when I was at the funeral.
Right.
And I think I accidentally took communion. I didn't know I couldn't do it.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You're going to burn in hell. Oh, my God.
Well, because they said, everyone come up for communion. And so I was like, oh, gosh, I better not disrespect, everybody here. So
on one hand, on one hand, I could see it. If you really have profound, deep convictions, which I have profound and deep convictions, they just happen to be materialistic versus metaphysical, and then you just deal with the awkwardness and you move on. And like moral phenomenon is asked, if there's food, great, I'm definitely in.
Right.
But
would you go to a mosque if someone said, "Hey, come pray with me at the mosque"?
As long as I could carry, for sure.
See, the thing about people who are religious is I feel like they're trying to evangelize to me. Like they're trying to get me to convert to their religion. And I feel kind of on edge about that.
Well, for the non-religious folks, that's why Judaism tends to feel like the most superior of the three, because it doesn't crusade and it doesn't evangelize. Right. So you don't have to worry about having your head chopped off by a Jew, and you don't have to worry about a crusade or a pogrom. You're not going to have to worry about being driven out of your lands because of a Jewish pogrom against you, unless you're, a Hamas terrorist, in which case, get out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's kind of like dating. Okay. Me and religion is kind of like the same thing as me and dating. Like you said, put out the bird seed and the people will come. So it's like when I talk to someone who's religious, don't try to put it down my throat and don't be like, "Hey, you should do this." No, just show me what you're doing. Put out the bird seed and then I'll go.
They can't, because then they'd have to actually live according to their convictions. And most people fall very short of that.
Yeah, so it scares me away. I fly away when people are like, "Come to church, come on," and I'm just like, "No, I don't feel
who
pressure,
doesn't?
No.
Who actually does though tend to live though? The Mormons, the Latter-day Saints. They tend to live they tend to practice what they preach.
But they came to our house.
Yeah, but that's okay, because you know why? You know why I was okay with that?
Why?
Because they're literate.
Yeah.
They're educated in the word of what they believe.
Oh, absolutely. You asked them all kinds of questions about
because it's fun.
The Jews coming over on the boat.
You know why? Because there's a severe lack of IQ in this country. And if somebody comes up and that they're going to start talking about ancient history, but they got some really crazy, weird beliefs about ancient history, then you're going to have a good conversation. And I wanted you to hear about it. I wanted you to hear about the ancient Jews that sailed to the United States and became the Native Americans. Yeah. And then also were lower than the whites on the totem pole. And then in the 1970s, we said that the blacks could be like ministers. It's so much fun. But they're also really damn good people. Yeah. They are damn good people. They are very loving, very kind, very family oriented. They build healthy communities. And they're very libertarian. Another reason to love them. Yeah. They're very libertarian. Absolutely. And so while I will never be a Mormon, and despite the fact that they do evangelize, not in a hostile manner, but rather aggressively, you might say.
Well,
I can tolerate it. I can tolerate
Yeah.
it because, again, they're not going to chop my head off. They're not going to force everybody not to eat pork. They're not going to create exclusion zones where you can't go because you're Mormon. And so therefore I have more respect. I don't rank all religions as the same. I'm not one of those agnostics who's like all religions are equally bad or something. No, I think that some religions are actually really helpful, really friendly. They create mutual positive relationships, healthy communities. But not all religions do that. And those religions that don't, they deserve to be called out. And, you know, much of it's anti-Western to a large degree. So
Yeah, I think this is a very interesting conversation. You know, it just really makes you question, you know, why do I feel how I feel? Why do I not do certain things? And I think a lot of it for me goes back to Jewish guilt. I have a Jewish mother who makes me feel guilty about doing anything Christian.
yes.
So I think it goes back to that because whenever I do anything, you know, too Christian, you know, she'll be like, you know, you're Jewish.
Yeah, and that's why when on Christmas she always brings like the Hanukkah ornaments to hang on the
Yes.
Christmas tree.
Yeah,
you know,
which, you know,
Which
I
is
get
fine.
it. Like, you know,
Like, of
you
course.
want me to stay, you know, rooted in my Jewish faith, and I totally understand that. And so I think that also makes me a little more timid around people.
You don't.
of
Well, yeah, you don't
different
want to upset
religions.
your parents. Who wants to upset
Yeah.
their parents? Nobody wants to upset their parents. I get
Yeah.
it.
I feel like a traitor, you know.
Oh my
like when
God,
I'm like,
me too. When
Yeah,
I
I
was talking to the time that I told like my family members that I was no longer a church going believer.
yeah, can't even.
Oh, dude, my dad unloaded on me. He was so angry. He
Yeah.
was so angry because it feels like you're tearing away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Justin, I think, has gone back to church. I'm sorry he's not here to defend himself. So Justin, if you're listening,
Yeah.
come back. You know, you can clarify in the chat. But Justin, he went back to Christianity. I don't know if it's so much an expression. He's not. I don't know that he's making a spiritual statement,
Right.
as much as he is that he as a familial one. He wants to be closer to our dead mother and our dead grandmothers. So he wants to be closer to, because it was so important to them. So
Yeah.
to reject that is to reject a fundamental aspect of who they were. And it's,
Right.
I'm sure, the same for Judaism to some degree.
Yeah, and our brains are naturally connected to things that are familiar to us. That's just how our brains work. They like things that are comfortable, things that we've seen before. They don't like new things. The brain, you know, definitely has a hard time with change and transition.
So we're going to talk about Sydney Sweeney this morning here in just a minute. We've been having a great conversation, honestly. On Freedom Family Fridays, we basically talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. We have a general structure, but we don't demand to ourselves that we follow it. I try to stick to the news and the top trending stories to some extent, but for the most part, Freedom Family Friday is for people who really appreciate my spirit, my wife's spirit, and usually my brother Justin. So if you're here and you're saying to yourself, wow, this show is not at all what I kind of expected, come back Mondays through Thursdays. We really do have a nice variety because we do this show 5 days a week, Mondays through Fridays, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. That's the Wake Up America show schedule. And each day has something a little different for everybody. Mondays with Miltimore, Tuesdays, Camellia, Wednesdays, Judge Napolitano, Thursdays, Camellia again, and then Fridays, it's Freedom Family Fridays. So we have a really great lineup, and I'm always finding fantastic guests to help make sure that you're informed. So if you don't like this discussion, but you're kind of mildly interested, then make sure you come back on Monday because we do switch it up a little bit, and we like to keep things a little loose on Fridays, essentially. So you look like you want to say something,
Oh, I
Stephanie?
was just reading the comments. People really love the religious chatter.
The conversation. Of course.
People
yeah.
always have something to say about religion.
Of course, 'cause-
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are as many opinions as there are religions on this thing.
This
So
suburban dadcore said, my father and mother still claim, Dan, you're a Christian. You just don't know it.
I mean, and I think that's what Justin would say is that Richard Dawkins, like the most famous atheist still alive, he calls himself a cultural Christian, and I suppose,
yes.
and I suppose that would apply to me as well.
I identify with that very much with my Judaism.
yeah.
Because, you know, I like to eat matzo ball soup. I like kugel.
And honestly, some of the Jewish holidays are fun. Not all of them are. We were talking the other day about how some of them actually feel like they're kind of like tacked on in order to like, so that the Jewish kids don't feel left out.
Like Purim. So there's Halloween, right? But a lot of religious Jewish people don't celebrate Halloween because of the Satan or whatever. And so the Jews celebrate Purim. And guess what you do on Purim? You dress up in costumes.
Yes.
Just like Halloween.
Yeah.
What came first? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Purim did.
It's kind of like when Christians try and do like the Christian Halloween, and it's like, and trunk or treat is just not the same.
Oh, is that the Christian Halloween trunk or treat?
No, but they have like Christian trunk or treats. They do have some.
So what do you do at a Christian trunk or treat?
Well, you go and you get like little like mini New International Version New Testaments along with your treats and candy out of the back of somebody's car. You don't go up to somebody's door and knock.
Oh, okay.
But it's partially because they don't like all the occult stuff in people's yards.
Here's a new way to evangelize. Do it while you're trick-or-treating. Go to the door and say, have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior?
Yeah, that's just what the person wants to hear when they're dressed up like a fanged spider with poison dripping from its...
I think that would actually be the perfect time to spread your religion. Go trick-or-treating with your children and start talking about your religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everybody that we're really doing well when it comes to bonus content, but we're not there yet. And I'd like to ask you guys today to go shopping at forlibertyshop.com. If you are like me, you're a cultural Christian, or maybe a Christian, then it's time to do your Christmas shopping. I love Christmas and I love gifts and I love to give gifts and get gifts.
You know what is for all religions that you just posted on here recently?
What's that?
The gingerbread guy. The Don't Tread on Me gingerbread guy.
Yes.
He's super cute.
The gumdrop button. No, yes. My gumdrop
gingerbread
buttons.
Men, I think, they're for all religions. I know that gingerbread men are typically for Christmas.
Yes. So
that's safe. Like in Jewish culture, you can build a gingerbread house. That's okay. I
made 2 designs for this product. I made a gingerbread man glass cutting board. And I made the Not My Gumdrop Buttons Don't Tread on Gingerbread Man fleece hoodie, which I think is really cool.
That's funny.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Oh my gosh. Or it could be like, don't eat me.
Yeah, same sentiment. But we do have a ton of new awesome products in the shop. These are the kinds of gifts, if you were to get something like this on Christmas morning, or if you were to see, if you're going to get a gift for somebody that you really love, look at George Washington with like 2, he's got his hose.
Wow, look at the black woman. Oh boy.
Well, we know how they were with their sleighs.
Oh boy. This is very historically accurate.
Yeah, if it was Thomas Jefferson, yes. I don't think George Washington did, but he was hip to Martha. You can, if you were to get something like this, imagine with the look on your family member's face, especially if they love their country, if they love liberty, if they were to get a beautiful embroidered Appeal to Heaven duffel bag, they would be thrilled. And you will not find these anywhere else because we designed them. We found the highest quality products that we could, and we brought them to you at forlibertyshop.com. That's the number 4. libertyshop.com. You can get your Christmas shopping done early, get it all knocked out. If you go to forlibertyshop.com and you make a purchase, you'll help to unlock the bonus content, and you'll get to play our mini game at the end of the show. So head over to forlibertyshop.com. Only $30 more raised. If somebody buys a t-shirt, if somebody buys a box of coffee and a keychain.
Oh, somebody bought something. Wait.
That's for the other people. That's not our people. So yeah, sadly that doesn't count for them. But we have clients who we run their shops, so that's for them. But if we raise $30 more, then here's what I suggest you do. I'm offering stinking crazy discounts on bulk coffee purchases. If you buy more than one, you're going to start seeing the savings adding up. 2 coffee boxes, save $3. Buy 3 coffee boxes, save $7. Buy 4 coffee boxes, save $12. So we're passing savings on to you, and I'm really proud of that because it's very difficult to sell coffee and make any money on it because the margins are so tight. So we've managed to do it, but you have to just buy more than 1 box. So if somebody goes in and buys our Founding Flavors Martha's Mint Coffee, for example, and throws a box of Jeffersonian Java in there, our top seller, that will unlock that bonus savings. So head on over.
know. What is the Snow Me sweatshirt? St. Selma likes the Snow Me sweatshirt.
I'll show you. It's like homies and says Snow Me's.
Oh. Do we have that anymore? I don't know.
I thought we did. Yeah. Chilling with my Snowmies.
Oh, chilling with my Snowmies. That's cute.
We need to probably put Snowmies in the title so that the search comes through.
Yeah.
Chilling Christmas sweatshirt. Chilling with my Snowmies. There you go.
Wow, St. Selma, you really have looked through all of the different merch products because you found that one. It's like a needle in a haystack there.
Yeah, for sure. Moral Phenomenon says, can we carry that coupon over for future purchases? I don't know what coupon you're talking about, Moral Phenomenon, but if you're looking for a discount and you want to deal with us, and we'll
I think they're talking about carry the coffee coupon over for future purposes. So I think are they talking
it won't
about
work.
Like maybe one coffee box and then you buy another in the future?
If you want us to just like refund you or send you like a gift certificate for the amount or something, we could do something like that. But it's basically it's very technically challenging to manage like the discounts.
Yeah.
So we have to you have to hard code some of that stuff into the website and create HTML. So I can't do something like that to carry it over in the future. I could give you like a coupon for the future, like in the amount. So if you're looking for something like that, I could take a discount off in a future purchase, perhaps. There we go. All right. Wow. Daddy's back. Yes, he is. Chilling in the hood, rolling with my homies. Sydney Sweeney has become a cultural icon. Even more so after this interview with GQ, where she refused to back down for her "She's Got Great Jeans" ad.
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal. Mm-hmm. And it would be totally human. I would probably feel like thankful that somebody had my back in public, and conveniently some very powerful people had my back in public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
I don't think that it's not that feeling I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking of it like that, or like of any of it. I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set, so I work and then I go home and I go to sleep. So I didn't really see a lot of it.
You've made a really good case for keeping your thoughts and your...
It's like the worst interviewer ever.
Oh my gosh, this woman. Okay,
so
I feel like
uncomfortable.
there's like a woke women training program that all the woke women go to, and they learn how to talk like that.
And their face. Look at that face.
And their face, they're like...
How can I make myself the most unfuckable?
But they think they're being empathetic, and they're like really digging into feelings, but they're actually like being the complete opposite of that.
The way that I like that somebody described this, and Brad reminded me of it, he said she can't even make eye contact. It's because she's using her as an object for her. She's not interviewing her. She's just there to sort of affirm her. She's not. Yes, it's this ultimate of narcissism, right? And you can see it in her face, like that smug, smirking look on her face. Like if the president said something, you can tell that she really wants to say something else. That look right there. Look at that. That's that look.
So the way that woke people talk is they talk very slowly, and they have really well thought out words so that they don't offend anybody.
Right. Okay, let's continue on.
There's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when
That's the worst part of it.
I'm giving you.
I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Now, you stomped all over Sydney's response to that.
Sorry.
But that's okay.
You can go back.
No, we will. We're going to go back. But I want you to also note Sydney's body language and Sydney's facial expressions when she is confronted with that, because this liberal female is asking her to repudiate the idea that she might be, as a white person, is suggesting that she has superior genes, which you would, just because you think that you say you have superior genes, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's because you're white. I mean, you could have superior genes and be of a different race. There are plenty of beautiful women from other races, but which means they have superior genes for their racial phenotype. But here's the thing. You can see the superiority in Sydney Sweeney's genes in the faces between these two women. I mean, for God's sakes, did you see the cowgirl boots that Sydney was wearing compared to the flats, the sensible flats, as this bitch was asking? Let's watch it.
Have you seen Sydney Sweeney's top? Her boobs? My
what
God, she is gifted.
She is. Those are superior genes.
I don't know if they're real, but they're humongous.
You know what I mean? Okay,
Wow.
now listen, hold on. Let me play this, and then let's react to it. Let's hear and see Sydney Sweeney in all of her glory, uncut, unredacted. Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button. Here we go.
That, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
I love that. Good response. Yeah.
Nice.
Such a stupid bullshit question. And she didn't, it's not even a question. All she's saying is that, like, it's kind of like, can you just say the weird political things that I like to hear being said? Look, hold on. Now let's go slowly through her facial expressions on this part. This is really the worst. Look at that.
She looks like she's in pain. I mean, she like literally. You know?
She's like, do you really think that, in this context that white people should be joking about having superior genes?
Well, and do you notice about joking? Do you notice that these woke people, they start laughing while they're talking?
Yeah. Like they think they're so brilliant and everybody else is
like
so
there.
stupid.
She's smiling while she's talking about this white supremacy.
You can see the old hag inside of her coming out.
Oh,
she
yeah.
reminds me of that scene from, like, did you ever see that movie, The Witches by Roald Dahl?
I don't know.
It's the one where, like, they turn him into a mouse. There's a scene where they're all taking off their faces.
Oh.
I think
I have seen that movie once before.
Where the little boy gets in there and then they find him and then they turn him into a mouse.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Remove your wigs.
Yes. I have seen
that.
And they always have that really short haircut. Nothing below the shoulder.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney did a fantastic job responding to that girl. She was calm, she was cool, versus this smug progressive lady who just wanted her to say the things she wanted her to say. Do you really think that in this moment,
maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority? Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when
she's like doing her a favor.
When exactly. When you say it like that, like I just want to give you the opportunity to say these things.
Again, that's the word salad.
Yeah, well, it's not a word salad.
They want it to sound good.
Well, she's like, let's hear it again. I want to give you, what kind of a question is that? That's not a question. She's asking for her to confess. She's asking her to make a confession.
It's very manipulative in how she's wording it.
It's kind of like she's acting like a priest. She wants a confession.
Yeah.
She wants her to confess her sins And to say that she doesn't think that she has superior genes as a white person, this is a call for confession.
Like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No.
No. Love it.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism.
Okay, well here's the thing. You're both white. Let me just show you. Where's the part in that scene here where there's the genetic support? Look here, there it is. Right there.
It's not the-
You're telling me right now that isn't genetic superiority? Look at her. She was screwed the minute Cindy walked in with those boots. Look at that frumpy libturd.
Well, she's probably wearing clothes
On the
made
left.
by immigrants.
Yeah, they're made by
Sewn
refugees
by Gaza
from
children.
Gaza, refugees.
Yes. Vegan, gluten-free.
See, and that's the thing is like the woman on the left is deliberately trying to make herself look unbangable, and the woman on the right is deliberately trying to make herself look bangable. And that's what the woman on the left doesn't like, is that the woman on the right is according herself for a male gaze, and God bless her for it.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm wondering if Sydney Sweeney has much personality, because in this interview, it's hard to tell, if she really has much of a personality. She just seems like she's an actress who just works really hard, and that's probably her main focus.
Listen, I'm sure she has a wonderful personality. I'm sure...
I just wonder how much is behind there other than, her looks. I've never watched her acting before. Have you watched her acting before?
I've seen some scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's good?
And yeah, actually, there
Okay.
have been movies where when she was first getting started, she was kind of more of a background character. And now I've kind of like, I didn't know that was Sydney Sweeney. So
Yeah.
I recognized her now. And she did a fine job.
Yeah.
But look at her. She has tremendous personality.
Yes.
There's so much personality.
I just wonder
in this
why
image.
in that interview, I bet that woke woman made Sydney wear a jacket.
Yes.
Because I think the woke woman was feeling uncomfortable with her large bosoms.
Yes.
Because Sydney, in that jacket, you could not tell anything about her chest. She was like all covered up as if it was like freezing outside. Like, why? She's got so much to share.
Yes, she does. She has. I agree. I think she has a lot to share.
Yeah.
I think that.
But her personality, though, might just be a little bit dull.
She had, certain things you compensate for.
Exactly.
Right?
If you're a 10, you don't have to have a personality.
It's true.
That's
sad.
true.
It's sad.
Yeah. But people like that lady next to her, she needs a really good personality to meet a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So here, look at this. You don't take photos like that and not have
That's
a personality.
Sydney?
That's Sydney. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah. You think
Well,
she's.
it's a hot dog.
Well, yeah, but look
Of
how
course
she's
it's a
eating
sexual
it.
innuendo.
Look how she's dressed. That's an American girl.
She's
right
licking
there.
the hot dog. Who licks a hot dog?
You know what it is? She's a beautiful, white, all-American girl, and I won't hear anything else to be said about it. She loves... Look at this. Here's our friend Maggie. Here's what our friend Maggie has
Our
to
friend
say
Maggie
about
is very beautiful
it.
as well.
Here's what Maggie has to say about it.
So Sydney Sweeney was just asked point blank, like 4 different times, if she had regrets about the American Eagle jeans ad, the good jeans ad that everyone got into hysterics about. And her response was, no. They asked her, how do you feel about the fact that Trump defended you on Truth Social? And she was like, it was surreal. Certified classic. I love a woman who does not buckle under social pressure, who can withstand a televised struggle session and go, yeah, I just turned my phone off and filmed. I work hard. Period. Exactly. Women are so conditioned to just immediately buckle under social pressure and conform to the mob when it's at their door saying they said something that they didn't say. You don't have to apologize. You just don't.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, that shows true confidence that, she really doesn't care. Because someone who lacks self-esteem, they would be explaining themselves like crazy in this interview. If she really cared what other people thought. But she's just happy making her who knows how many millions of dollars and acting, and that's her priority in this life, and she has every reason to do that.
You know who that interviewer lady reminds me of? Hey, Brad, do a mashup of those together for us today, will you, bud? For the Friday for the weekend content.
That's good.
Do this Nurse Ratched segment
Epic.
and then show the Nurse Ratched saying, "Aren't you ashamed of yourself?" And he says, "No," and then do the Sydney Sweeney thing and put that as a reel, Brad, and we will get 1 million views on it this weekend. Billy got laid. They brought in a prostitute.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. But the thing about rich celebrities, again, most normies cannot relate to them at all. Because a rich celebrity, they probably really don't have much time to reflect on the things that they're being paid to do. Like, she probably had no idea that there was going to be some sort of a GENES entendre thing going on. She was probably just like, hey, I'm making $1 million from wearing these jeans.
True.
Like, I'm doing it. Okay, cool. Like, they don't think twice.
Yeah.
Like, would you wear jeans and be in a jeans ad for $1 million? I think you would.
Damn right I would. Yes.
Even if it seems white supremacist, I think you would.
Especially if it was white supremacist.
Well,
no, just kidding.
Right. I was about to say absolutely. But yeah, so it's like, again, woke women, who are just normies, they cannot understand what a beautiful, successful, truly successful woman goes through.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And they will never experience
No,
it.
Sydney has way more fish to fry than that woke woman ever will.
Exactly.
All she's frying is fish for her cats.
She's
Yes.
she's resentful of her. It's very clear.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Sydney Sweeney's got great genes.
Yeah. Imagine if they were at a bar together, and Sydney was getting all the men and this woke woman was just sitting there alone. She would be so jealous of Sydney.
Yeah. We've still got about 45 minutes left for the Wake Up America show. If you've been enjoying it this morning, thank you very much for joining us. Please do click the like button. And if today is your first time watching the Wake Up America show, we hope you'll click the follow button as well. I use like and follow because our real sincere hardcore of hardcores are all over on Rumble. So you should be joining us on Rumble. This might be a good time to do an ad for Rumble Premium because I'm talking about how great Rumble is. So let's do it. Let's talk about how Rumble is growing and how they're not slowing down, building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators like us first and actually protects free speech. You will remember I was canceled by many other social media platforms. And now they've got Rumble Premium, which is an easy way to upgrade the experience. I never watch ads on Rumble because I do the Rumble Premium every month. Then you get ad-free viewing on the platform. You don't have those pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came here for. And premium members unlock the exclusive content like our Friday night show tonight, Freedom Arcade, right here at 7 p.m. Central. If you're a Rumble Premium member or a subscriber, then you get to watch our video game streaming show tonight. We play games with our audience, and it's a lot of fun. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. If you just go to rumble.com/premium and use their promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. We're a Rumble first community. So yeah, you're hardcore. If you join us over on Rumble, if you're watching us over on X, I appreciate that. I love my X audience. And on Facebook, we're not quite as familiar with them these days. I kind of backed off of Facebook for a number of years, and now it's kind of like the audience is a little bit like wonky and wild and different. But if you say to yourself, I love what Austin's doing, and you want to be a part of our community, the best place to interact and hang out, and where the crew is, the cool people all hang out over at Rumble. So go to rumble.com/AP for Liberty, join the crew, click the like button and follow button. You'll get a notification when we go live on the Wake Up America show, which is 5 days a week. Did you know that we produce a mini documentary every single stinking day for this show, Stephanie?
I do. Yes, you do a lot of work. I mean, you've been working for hours every night to produce the show.
Yeah.
For the morning.
Yeah, for like the last probably 4 to 6 months, I would say, I've basically been going into overdrive, which is like all morning, all day, and all night, working as hard as I can to make the show successful and the shop successful. But it's also because there's never been more responsibility on my shoulders, right? You've got Hazel to take care of. We got a house. We got to pay a mortgage. We got to pay all our bills. But we got Brad too. We got to make sure that he gets it. Today's payday for Brad, right? Today's you got to pay all the taxes on top of that. We got Colton who's doing some part-time work and stuff. So there's a whole community, and everything is a cash hog, right? From the diapers to the AI, it's all just huge amounts of cash flowing in and flowing out. But I think it's more than just like, it's not an act of charity when you make a Rumble Rant donation, right? We are a for-profit business, but I do think that it is in your best interest to support our community financially, because if you are like us, people who want to see a better country, maybe because you have kids, and if you're not the type of person to show up to your local Republican Party meeting or to try and advance the ideas of liberty, you probably need to bankroll to some extent people who do that so that you can have a free country. Because if we're not in some way sticking up for what we believe in, by either showing up or by making critical financial contributions, then what are we doing here? We're going to lose to the statists, right? Frank and Beans, he donated $20 and said, keep up the whole hard work. Thank you, bud.
Thank you.
It means a lot, because we do, as you can see very transparently, where all that money is going is more excellent content, more shows. Cafecito Libre will be launching in the new year, where we're going to be covering South American and Latin American issues and trying to expand our tent so that we can grow the ideas of liberty. There really isn't anybody out there doing, for the most part, what Steffi and I are doing here. So if you guys would just kick in $5, $10, $15, $20 as a Rumble Rant, that would be fantastic. You're going to get it back in terms of quality content, and you're going to support a liberty community. And at the very, very bottom of the totem pole, at a minimum, you're going to help us to buy another box of diapers.
It's basically like you're paying for an advocate, for somebody to advocate for you on your behalf.
For sure.
If you're scared of losing your job, because a lot of you are, because there's a lot of risk on the line there. Let us fight for you. We'll put our faces out there.
Yeah, I'm good for it too, because you've probably seen last year, for example, when they were trying to get rid of the income tax here in Missouri, guess who was out there testifying on the front line, fighting savage Democrats, attacks from savage Democrats, standing up to Democratic senators in this state, right? Guess who tomorrow morning is going to get up at the butt crack of dawn and go help run a meeting so that the local descendants of the Sons of the American Revolution can keep everything on track together. So
we got some more rants. I see over there.
I see it. Yeah. Matt Unruh, he dropped $10. St. Selma, she's doing her part. Thank you, guys. We unlocked the bonus content. So we'll take a little break here in just a moment. I do want to say, of course, also thank you to the people who do it. And I know it is almost always the same people every day. And I'd love to have people who have never donate before. But of course, we got to give it up for our OGs, for my snowmies. Give it up to the OGs.
Thank you, everybody.
So much trouble in the D-O-double-G. So thanks to all of you guys. And don't forget, send us this text message, 573-319-1586, and you'll get your room code so that you guys can play the game at the end of the show, win some real prizes from the shop. What do you say? Lay by the bay, eat some hay, I just may. See you. We'll be right back. It's the Wake Up America show on the 4 Liberty Network. Enjoy that bonus content.
New York City's next mayor will be Zohran Mamdani, who is not merely an extreme left progressive, but an actual democratic socialist. It would be a mistake to underemphasize the radical nature of this ideology. And yet, that's precisely what some in the media are doing. The BBC, for instance, featured an infographic that described Mamdani's democratic socialism as an ideology which has no clear definition, but essentially means giving a voice to workers, not corporations. That's an extremely evasive way of describing a radical political vision. No one would say that National Socialism, the ideology of the German Nazi Party, had no clear definition and implied only good things about the empowerment of the working class. It is not difficult to understand what is meant by the term democratic socialism. Plain old socialism is a revolutionary economic and political system that involves the workers seizing the means of production from the capitalist class. In practice, this necessitates a strong centralized state exerting significant control over and management of the economy, confiscation of private property, nationalization of various industries, and redistribution. Since such a system inevitably produces shortages, suffering, and eventually public discontent, actually existing socialist regimes throughout history have tended toward authoritarianism. The Soviet Union, for example, brutally suppressed internal dissent. In a 2021 story for Reason titled, "Yes, It Was an Evil Empire," the writer Kathy Young, who was born in Moscow prior to the Soviet Union's collapse, provided examples of Soviet tyranny. Among my parents' friends and co-workers, few did not have a story, if they were candid about it, of a family member or relative imprisoned in the Stalin era for some absurd reason. Someone's aunt was branded a subversive because a neighbor heard her playing a funeral march on the piano the day a notorious enemy of the people was executed. Someone's father was charged with fomenting defeatist attitudes during the war for remarking that Stalin sounded sad in his radio address to the people. By the end of its existence, the Soviet Union was an exhausted totalitarian regime, trying to maintain its grip on a society that laughed at official pieties, craved consumer goods, was thrilled by the forbidden, and idolized the West. Let's return to the Soviet Union in a minute. Democratic socialists seek to distance themselves from the authoritarian tendencies of actually existing socialist regimes, which is why they added the word democratic to their moniker. They wish to establish that the seizing of private property and redistribution of resources will be arrived at via democratic means. And like the BBC, they tend to describe themselves very vaguely, using flowery rhetoric. Senator Bernie Sanders, DVT, has defined democratic socialism as a government and an economy and a society which works for all. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez thinks it's democratic participation in our economic dignity. Obviously, these are not particularly distinguishing descriptions. Most people probably think their political views lend toward a dignified society that generally works for all. Certainly, opponents of socialism believe that the opposite slate of policies, free markets, low regulation and taxation, reducing government control of the economy, creates greater prosperity at all income levels. Democratic socialists should be more honest about what they support, having a powerful central government micromanage the economy. Enter Hasan Piker, a controversial far-left Twitch streamer and self-avowed socialist who has described communism as the honorable end goal of socialism. Piker attended Mamdani's victory party earlier this week and remarked to a reporter that it was unfortunate the US had defeated the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Hasan Piker just went full mask off at the Zoran election victory party, declares it a tragedy that the USA defeated the Soviet Union in the Cold War. At a time when many conservative commentators are feuding over Nick Fuentes and calling on others to denounce the anti-Semitic and racist influences in the movement, it might be fair to ask if Piker speaks for left-wing commentators. Just as every figure on the right should be able to denounce Hitler without hesitation, it would be nice to hear progressives admit that the Soviet Union was bad. Fuentes, for what it's worth, likes Stalin too.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
If there wasn't going to be somebody who was a fiery champion of liberty, somebody who would get out there and who would be aggressive, and if they wouldn't do it with more fire or passion than I had, then I would go and I would fight this battle for us. I've fought for the principles that we all share. Parties tend to be secondary to me. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty. I am am not a perfect messenger, but I think I'm a damn good one. This is a replica of our first president's flintlock pistol. You have my full support, my respect, and my gun.
I think that the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than
well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian.
And always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
Conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
From a small spark kindled in America, a flame has arisen, not to be extinguished.
Think about independence movements of the 20th century. You don't always recognize the fact that the United States actually started that.
The American Revolutionary Movement served as a model for freedom from oppression.
America is predicated on an idea that tells us who we are, where we came from, and what our forebears were willing to die for.
Collins said no taxation without representation. The fear was, if we give in to this precedent, what will they do in the future?
Crisis changes people. It gave different people different ideas about what they should be doing.
It gave them a space to make this democracy real.
The founders thought we can start over again. We can begin the world anew.
The British objective is to suppress the rebellion, force them to acknowledge the authority of the king.
Washington understands the war he's fighting. He doesn't have to win. He only has not to lose.
He becomes quite eloquent in trying to persuade people we're all Americans.
We see regiments with individuals who are not carrying arms, doing essential labor, including women.
They are at the forefront of this movement.
One of the most remarkable aspects is that you had such different places come together as one nation.
It mushrooms into a global campaign that touches Europe and all parts of the world.
It so excites us that we are the product of a revolutionary moment where the world turned upside down.
To believe in America is to believe in possibility.
Good morning. Damn, it feels good to be an American. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. I'm your host, Austin Peterson. They call me AP for Liberty, and that's because I'm for liberty. We're glad to have Entropy Nomad, Drew Van Runkle, YL Wildman, Franken Beans, Mighty Megatron, and so many other friends of liberty joining us over here in the chat. Welcome to the show. we get to hang out with my beautiful, smoking hot, redheaded, liberty-loving wife.
Good
Steffi,
morning.
you're the rare woman that like really loves American Revolution shit.
I do.
You're like into it.
Oh, Thomas Jefferson would have been my boyfriend if I was alive before.
If you were his slave, you mean?
Oh boy.
We'll see. Hey, no, I love it. The American Revolution for the 250th anniversary. I'm so excited for the 250th anniversary.
I'm really excited for that. I'm a little bit questioning of this documentary, though. I don't know. You can tell me how you were feeling and the vibes you were getting, but it seemed a bit woke. The people that they were interviewing, such as that woman who used the word space, they had a space. She's a leftist. No person on the right would ever use the word space.
I think that he's probably trying to be fair.
He is, because we don't know who David Schmidt and Sarah, whatever her name is. We don't know who they are, but I have a feeling that they're on the left, those two people.
Maybe. If so, whether we like it or not, they are part of the American story.
Yes.
And if he's trying to be fair to them, then depending on how fair he is, if he's overly fair, then we will be the judges of that when the documentary comes out.
That's right, because it's from PBS,
Yeah,
right?
Well, of course, but yes. So Stephanie, you have good reason to be skeptical.
I thought PBS is gone.
No, they're still around, but they're just not sucking up taxpayer dollars like they used to.
So they're privately funded more so now?
They are now,
okay,
100%.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Love it.
That's fine.
Corporation for
I just
Public
feel
Broadcasting.
like the woke left, they take the American dream and the freedom that we have, they take it to the extreme, to the point where they say, let's just give everyone freedom, even the terrorists.
Well,
that's what I was getting. That last statement that lady said.
You're thinking of libertarians, not leftists.
Yeah, because that last statement at the end, she was like, in America, anything is possible, something to that extent. And I'm like, yes, they believe anything is possible because they want to, let your kids transition to a different sex.
Yeah.
They want to, they want all these freedoms.
Yeah, that's the kind of freedom that the left wants. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want, it's for the 250th anniversary. If you want something that's 100% pro right-wing conservative libertarian, then you've got this movie, Young Washington, by Angel Films, coming July 3rd.
Oh, this is something else?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, next year's going to be great for us.
What happened,
Patriots.
Washington? All those bullet holes in your jacket. What happened, Washington? All those bullet holes in your jacket. How are you alive? I don't know.
Wow, I'm getting chills.
Me too. Yeah.
Is this at Mount Vernon, I wonder?
They'll probably screen it there.
You are a boy. You are not British, yet they send you to speak for them. So that when you fail, they'll have someone to blame.
Young Washington, you lost in the New World.
Who does own this land, if not the one who has the will to tame it? You do not want to start a war. What do we do? We fight! Hold your ground! There is no retreat!
What are you called?
My name is George Washington.
So there we go.
I'm ready for that.
That's our propaganda. That's what we want.
Yeah. If Heath Ledger were alive, he would totally have been in this movie.
I know.
I loved Heath Ledger in The Patriot. And I'm really sad that he's dead.
Yeah, it was so good. So yeah,
Oh
so
my
young
gosh.
Washington.
Oh, that looks good.
So yeah, the 250th anniversary of the United States. Reasons to celebrate. Absolutely.
Wow. I just wonder, all the festivals and celebrations that will go on around the country, it's like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Didn't Trump say there was going to be some sort of big events?
There's going to be, yeah, absolutely. And, that's one of the reasons why I was so excited to join the Sons of the American Revolution, because they're probably going to have some big major events next year and we'll be able to go. It'll be fun.
Nice.
And we're going to go to Argentina.
Nice. We're working on that. We'll be talking to the travel agent this week. They're going to be calling us.
Yeah. Yes. So if you guys are interested in visiting Buenos Aires next year, then make sure that you put, even if you've already signed up for our emails for the shop, go ahead and sign up for the Buenos Aires trip emails. If you go to the website, the forlibertyshop.com website, you can see it. Scroll down past this, past the coffee and past the latest product drops, and you can see our Buenos Aires group trip for 2026. So click here for details. And then you can see right here, you can enter your email in and click I'm interested, and that'll put you on the trip. It's not a guarantee that you're going to go. It's just we're curious about maybe going with Austin and Stephanie to Buenos Aires next year. So yeah, next year is going to be a busy year. All of the 250th anniversary celebrations. It'd be great if we could sneak a trip to Boston in. That'd be fun.
I would like to do that. I
go
think
see
that
Justin.
would be more doable, especially like to bring Hazel there.
Yeah, to take Hazel, and maybe we can even do like a mini Liberty tour, like one that we organize ourselves, but it's like a couple of days in Boston.
That'd be a lot easier to navigate.
Sure, for a lot of people. So we might do that. We might do a quick Liberty tour in Boston, maybe a 1 day or a 2 day trip. And then we can take Hazel and we can go celebrate America's 250th anniversary with the Sons of the American Revolution in the cradle of the revolution, Boston.
Yeah.
Who wants to go? Boston, yes. So
I need to go back to Philadelphia, because when I went to Philadelphia as a kid, I was sick, and so I didn't get to go see the Liberty Bell and all the different sites.
So I got to experience Philadelphia in like the best possible way. This was like 2007 or 8, a Ron Paul for President rally in Philadelphia at the Constitution Hall. And it was thousands of people there.
I would have fainted.
Ron Paul. I mean, it was crazy. It was so much fun. There were guys who had gotten Ron Paul tattoos by that time, and this was 2008.
Yes. I had taken photos of a guy with Ron Paul tattoos at one of the rallies back in 2011, 2012. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got to experience the best of Philadelphia in some ways, but there's other places in Philadelphia you don't really want to go. So, but this 6-part, 12-hour documentary from Ken Burns is going to premiere November 16th. So we're going to actually see that really soon.
So literally like next week.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll be able to start watching that soon.
So we should do a review of it after we watch it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. We can do like a reaction video to it. So it's part of the semi-quincentennial of the anniversary, framing it as kind of more than a history lesson, but a cultural moment. So from a cultural perspective, this matters to people like me and to you. How we remember our past shapes what we teach our children about freedom and civic virtue and about national identity. And of course, you and I are deeply enmeshed in that sort of spiritual battle to some extent for the soul of our nation. I mean, take a look. This is not just a plug, but grab the Grover book and the Calvin Coolidge book, right? So you can kind of see. For those of you who might not be familiar with this, Stephanie and I. These are children's.
We need to get our Javier Milei book.
We need to get a copy of the Javier Milei one up here too. The Grover, the Note President. That's about Grover Cleveland, and Calvin Coolidge. Push them over to the other side of you if you can. There you go, because they're hard to see behind the thing.
So talking about people who speak to our children, it's important to me to make sure that whoever's talking to Hazel shares similar values to us.
So we wrote our own children's books, but to be honest, we wrote these books because These are the presidents that they don't teach your kids about in history.
Yeah, Miss
class.
Rachel's not going to be talking about these.
Miss Rachel's not going to read Calvin the Coolest President to your kids.
She's going to read a book about Obama or about Eisenhower.
Right. But if you love liberty, these are some of the most libertarian presidents in American history, and they both led fascinating lives. And the reason why the history books don't talk about them is because they didn't start any big wars. They didn't steal everybody's money. They didn't have a New Deal. They just sat back for the most part and let people alone. And they're fascinating characters, and we introduce them to your kids in an approachable way. You can get those on Amazon, Grover the Note President and Calvin the Coolest President. But we also have one for Javier Milei called Milei the Afuera President, too. So
also in Spanish.
And in Spanish,
that one's in Spanish. Milei el presidente del afuera.
Yeah, because one of the big topics that Stephanie and I have had this morning on the show is like Miss Rachel. We talk about, how ways to educate your kids and how to kind of keep the woke programming from indoctrinating them and taking them, one-shotting their brains. And so if we don't create like that Young Washington movie, if we don't create children's books, if we don't create media and literature for them that tells our stories, the left is going to tell our story for us.
Yeah. I mean, the only other Liberty company that speaks to children that I know is Tuttle Twins.
Right.
Like that is the only other, main big one. So I don't know anybody else who's doing this for kids. So we definitely need to be more represented in the kids' world to spread liberty
and to be able to have like conversations with your kids about concepts. Like, grab me the Calvin Coolidge book, for instance. There's one really interesting little passage in there that
I think one of the things we were going to talk about today on the show was like how to explain things to your kids.
Yeah, this is the perfect segue for that. So here's page 15 of Calvin the Coolest President right here. He says he didn't do his job like most presidents by being bossy and telling people what to do. Calvin mostly just let people be free to make their own choices. What a cool guy. Calvin, the coolest president. He was a cool guy. And so there's the lesson for the kid, right? Is that you could be the boss without being bossy. So there's a way to...
And you can ask your child questions while you're reading. So you can say, do you know anybody who's quiet in your class at school? So just like ask them questions about what you're reading about to get them to really reflect on these ideas of, hey, maybe if you're silent, that's not always a bad thing. It might be okay not to say everything all the time.
Boy, if that's what I was actually teaching the kids in karate this week, wasn't it? Yeah. So lately I've kind of taken the kids and started sitting down and having like some conversations with them about martial arts and about self-defense and, ways to think about how to protect themselves. And the conversation that I had with the kids this week was about sort of hiding your power.
Yeah.
Because, if you have something nice, if you have a gold nugget in your hand, somebody's going to try and take it from you, right? So as I'm giving these kids power and teaching them how to have self-control and self-mastery, teaching them how to defend themselves, how to fight, how to punch, how to kick, how to breathe, right? This is power. And I want them to keep their power secret. Right? They shouldn't go out blabbing about how they know karate. They shouldn't go out blabbing about all this stuff. That's my job. I'm the blabber. But for the most part, you're just supposed to shut up.
The person who says the least usually wins.
That's correct. The person
You've taught me that.
That's right.
When you're being questioned by anybody, be like Sydney Sweeney. Just give the least amount of answer possible, but still answer the question.
Exactly.
If you want to answer the question. If it's a police officer, you don't have to answer the question. You've taught me that as well. If you get pulled over by the police and they say, have you been speeding? You don't even have to answer that. You can just be like, oh, I don't know, officer. Is there anything I can help you with?
Keeping your mouth shut is one of the most powerful skills you can have in this life.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Especially when you're in an interrogation room, being interrogated by police for some sort of a crime. Just say, I plead the fifth. and I need a lawyer.
Yep. Relaxing McGroin says Mastery is what you should read after the 48 Laws. That book is sitting right there on my desk. So that's next after Power. So let's talk about parenting as we finish the show today before we go and play our fun game. Make sure that you guys, if you've made a donation today, make sure you send a text to 573-319-1586 so that you can get your room code, because we're going to play a mini game on our phones all together at the end of the show here in about 10-15 minutes. So make sure, again, if you've made a donation or if you made a purchase, and I saw some people went and bought some more coffee this morning. People have been getting the coffee discounts.
They've been buying like 2 boxes at a time and getting $3 off.
Oh man, I'm so thrilled. Thanks guys. Today was our first day that we sold some bulk coffee and offered you guys some discounts on that.
And I do want to say, we did send out an email about this, but December 1st is the cutoff to become a 1776 or more a month subscriber, because I have to order our holiday cards so that they come in time so I can send them all out to you guys, and also hand put all of your addresses on them. So December 1st, if you're not a 1776 or more subscriber to our show, then you're not getting a holiday card. So wakeupAmericaShow.com/support. You can go there and you can become a subscriber.
Yeah. So Friday, it's Freedom Family Friday, and we want people to join our club. If you guys want to be on our Christmas card list this year, and you consider yourself a part of the Freedom Family, how do you become a 1776 subscriber? All you have to do is go to wakeupAmericaShow.com/support. And at the website, wakeupAmericaShow.com/support, you will see all of the levels of support that you can do to support our cause. And then there's the Peterson's Patriots level. That's the 1776 a month subscriber level. So if somebody becomes a 1776 a month subscriber before December 1st, you will get our Christmas card. You do get a 20% discount at the Grift Shop. And you do get the monthly prize drawings and all kinds of other hosts of other benefits. So wakeupAmericaShow.com/support.
I'll put
Peterson's
the
Patriots
link
level.
in the chat if it's not there already.
There we go. Where
Parenting.
was I? There we
That's
go.
what
Yes,
we were gonna talk
parenting the
about.
digital age. So iPads and babies' cribs, TikTok in the classroom. Children are growing up in a media system that's louder, faster, and more ideologically loaded than anything that you or I faced when we were growing up, Steph. So tech can be a tool for creativity and freedom, but it can also become a trap of distraction, manipulation, and shallow thinking. So the real challenge for liberty-minded families isn't just limiting screen time, it's teaching discernment. How to know, like they call it media literacy, but understand what they're watching. Yeah. What's behind the message? What values are baked into their favorite shows, their favorite video games, or their influencers? So the question is, how do we raise free thinkers, not just people who are digitally dependent? So by age 2, they say over 40% of American toddlers have their own tablet device.
Yeah, and we've been talking about that in our house. Just the other day, you got out the iPad for Hazel just to see if she wanted to play some games. And I was kind of holding my breath, and I said to you, I don't know if I'm ready for this yet. I don't know if she's ready for a tablet yet. And I actually was a bit relieved because she didn't care about the tablet. She didn't really want to play the game.
I was not relieved, but not for that reason, but because she's like 15, 16 months and she didn't quite understand how to use it. So, and I know she'll learn soon, but it's important that she does know how to use those devices.
Because in this day and age, that is true. You have to be very technologically savvy in order to make it in this world any profession.
Yeah. I mean,
so we do need to teach her those skills, but at the same time, I was happy that she doesn't seem to be addicted to media.
Well, I know that the world is different. I know that the world is different now than it was when I was a kid, but I'll tell you that nothing gave me a greater advantage in my life than my uncle Bobby spending the money and giving me a really powerful, for the time, it was probably like 386 PC. But putting a computer in my room with a bulletin board, a dial-up modem, so that I could dial phone numbers to get onto bulletin boards so that I could get on what was the precursor to the internet at the time.
That's crazy, yeah.
And I spent hours and hours and hours in my room. I kind of like nerded out on it. But it was like, by the time we got to I think in 3rd grade, we started learning like typing, and we were doing typing speed, and I was well over 100 words a minute.
Mavis Beacon? Did you do Mavis
I don't remember
Beacon?
if that's what it was.
She was
Maybe.
like the big typing lady.
Maybe.
And then I remember in class, they put felt over our hands so that we didn't look at our hands when we were typing. It was very important to learn how to type at a good speed without looking.
Yes.
Home row keys, remember those? Home row?
Yes.
You had to always put your hands on the home row.
Oh yeah, but I was blazing fast because of my experience. Quest Fanning says, "Been a busy morning. Hope everyone's having a happy TGIF."
Oh, we are, Quest.
Hey,
Thank you
bud.
so much.
Good to see you. Hope your flight yesterday was fast and safe. The average 8 to 12-year-old spends nearly 5 hours a day on screens, excluding schoolwork.
Oh my gosh.
A new APA study links high screen time in children to emotional and behavioral problems, including reduced empathy and attention. The University of Wollongong found that parent screen use around young children correlates with delays in language development and social behavior.
I would say, so I started using the internet when I was 8 years old, and my use was pretty much unrestricted. I could use it for as long as I wanted to, so my parents were never like, you have to get off. So I remember I would like wake up at 6 a.m. and I would talk to my online friends for hours and hours. So the only thing I would probably change with Hazel, knowing now what I didn't know then as a child, is I would probably restrict how many hours she's using, because I literally became like an addict of AOL Instant Messenger. When I was like in middle school, I was just on hours, and that made me not want to go outside.
We didn't know. We thought, I mean, at the time, and again,
we didn't know. And again, I don't blame my parents for it at all, or your parents, but it's like, it was just something so new. And our parents didn't grow up with that, so they had no idea. They just thought like, back in the day, the phone was probably the equivalent to talking online to your friends. So they were just like, yeah, I used to talk on the phone for hours to my friends, so it's okay that you're talking to your friends on the computer.
Right. That's what they thought it was.
Right.
But Entropy Nomad says those are rookie numbers. We need to blast 6, 7 into their minds while they sleep.
Oh,
no, thank you. I heard kids screaming it on Halloween. I heard adults sing it on Halloween.
Yes.
Only 18% of U.S. parents say they often talk to their kids about who makes the content they watch or play.
Like Miss Rachel.
Right. Wouldn't you just never think about it, right?
Right. Well, and the thing is, most parents, they use television and media as a babysitter. So usually they are not hands-on with their child when their child is using a tablet or when they're watching television, because that's the time when mom and dad are doing things in the house. So really, I know it's going to take away more time from your household chores, but you need to sit with your child while they're using their tablet, while they're using the using the television, just so you can see what they're watching and explain it to them and ask them questions. That's how you can make sure your kid doesn't get indoctrinated.
There are some bright spots. Screen time isn't all bad. Co-viewing high quality content with children improves retention and comprehension. So if you watch high quality content, not just AI slop, and you hang out with your kids and you talk to them about it, then it can actually improve their comprehension and their retention.
Right. Because like while we're watching something, Hazel and I, even if she's watching AI slop, such as the cat Hawaiian reggae videos, I say to her, oh, the cat is fishing. That cat is eating watermelon, so I'm telling her what's happening. And so she's learning about what's going on in this video rather than just blindly watching it and not really thinking anything.
The AAP recommends device-free dinners, no phones in bedrooms, and regular family discussion about media messages, not just time limits. So it's not just about telling them to stop watching what they're going to watch. It's about making sure that they understand what they're watching and to sort of be involved in the conversation about what they're watching. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. And I think that's probably what I missed out on when I was online as a kid is, that conversation about what I was seeing online. So with Hazel, I absolutely will do parental controls. I absolutely will make sure we have apps where we can see everything she's sending to her friends until she's 18, I would say. We're going to be monitoring everything that she's doing because we need to warn her of the dangers on the internet that she can get into and make sure she doesn't do anything she regrets for the long term. Because nowadays, everything that you post online is there forever. And, luckily things back in the day, when we were first online, I don't think they're like out there so much anymore, but the things people post on TikTok, Facebook, we didn't have social media when we were using the internet. So we had that luxury and didn't have to worry so much. But now this is going to impact a kid's ability to get a job, because every little video that they make, every little photo that they post, it's going to be out there for their future employer. So we definitely have to worry, unfortunately.
On mom's phone Googling anime lesbians and not know how to delete your search history and act like that's my fault. You gotta be smarter than that, man. Come on. You can be mad at me all you want, but you can't be on mom's phone Googling anime lesbians and not know how to delete your search history and act like that's my fault.
You can't be on your phone and not delete your search history, be Googling anime lesbians and not that, and act like that's my fault. Good job, Dad. Why are you recording your son in his moment of shame and posting it?
Yeah, don't do that as a parent. We are never going to post Hazel getting in trouble. We're never going to post her doing anything bad.
Right.
We're going to put her in the most positive light possible.
Absolutely.
On the internet. But I do have a question though, right? Because it is normal for kids to explore. It is normal for kids to, be curious about sexuality and, and about different things, especially as they get older. So it's like, how do you talk to your kid about those things? Because they're going to be searching, right?
You don't. You let them dwell. You let them figure it out like I did with hardcore pornography on the internet at 11 years old.
Same, right? So it's like we all saw that stuff.
Just kidding.
But it's like I know it's normal, and I don't want to shelter Hazel and make her be like, some child that doesn't know anything about anything. I want her to know what 6'7" is. I want her to know, that sex exists in the world. I don't want her to be like just totally unaware. Yeah.
Hannah Goodman from Colorado says, I'm blessed and cursed to not have been exposed to the internet in my youth. I'm tech stupid, which is the curse, but I never really used TV or computers or tablets for my kids for any length of time, and that's the blessing. I still don't watch TV or spend a lot of time on the internet. My kid warns me of the dangers of the internet, platforms, and content, which is pretty hilarious. They set up this X account for her and put all kinds of controls in it with the explicit warning I should not be on the internet unguarded and alone.
Oh, geez.
Mom, X is bad. You need these things so you don't see the bad stuff. And I like that. That's kind of funny.
And that's also scary because kids know way more than parents usually.
We
knew more than our parents when we were on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's scary. Like, you as a parent need to know more than your child.
Yes.
Or else you are not correctly controlling your child.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Exactly.
Come on. You can be mad at me all you want, but you can't be on mom's phone Googling anime lesbians and not know how to delete your search history and act like that's my fault.
Would you get mad at Hazel if she was Googling anime boys?
Yes.
You'd get mad at her.
Yeah, because have some taste. There's plenty.
So if she was typing in, hot Thomas Jefferson lookalikes, would you be okay with that?
There you go. Okay, now she's lusting after the founding fathers, and okay, it's okay.
I don't know. There's the thing is, you don't want to shame a child's natural instincts too much because that instills guilt in them and shame to explore.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. You just want to be careful about saying, let's not shame people for their behavior, because that's how we get the people that we have today, because they have no shame. And you know what? Some people in this world, they need some goddamn shame.
Right. It's like, I want her to know it's normal to think about that stuff, but at the same time, it's like,
I don't know.
It's not good to.
We need more experience. We've got our first child, and she's 1.5 years old. So we need to hear from the experienced parents out there.
How do you all?
How do you
deal
guys
with your children's
deal with
internet
this?
searches when they're kind of risque?
Drop your comments either below the X post that you're watching us live there, or over on rumble.com, preferably. What do you do? What do you guys recommend? How do you handle this?
Should we just look it up with them? Should we just look up anime lesbians with Hazel and just sit next to her and talk to her about what a lesbian is? Is that how you... Because really, it's all about having a conversation with the child and not being judgmental about it.
Okay, I'm being judgmental about this. It's time to end this conversation. We didn't want to go to this. I didn't want to go to this.
I did.
The internet's
this
a terrible
is a great
place.
Conversation.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I'm a therapist. I get into this stuff.
The show is almost over. It's time to play Liberty Loot Live. The Great Grift Off.
I chose the game.
573-319-1586 is the text line. If you want to play the game, text in and say, let's play. You're going to get a secret code. The secret code is going to get you into the secret room. I have 3 players right now, so you have a 1 in 3 chance of those who are signed in to win a great prize from the Grift Shop at thegriftshop.com. If you go to crowdparty.app, then you enter in your secret code, you will be joined in the room and you'll be able to play on your mobile device or on a tablet or PC or what have you. If you go to crowdparty.app, where do you get your secret code? You send us a text message. Who's eligible to get a secret code? Anybody who made a Rumble Rant donation of any amount this morning, or anybody who made a purchase from the Liberty Shop. I'm going to play the Squid Game music. That's your 30-second countdown. If you are not in the room within that 30-second countdown, then better luck again next time, and we'll see you tonight on the Freedom Arcade when we play these games for fun and for free with no prizes. But we're playing for real prizes now. I have 4 players so far, and I'm going to press that countdown button. If you guys want to play and you've got you made a donation today, then text that phone line. You got 30 seconds to get in the room while the Squid Game counts down.
Wow, that was a great, energizing conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We could have chosen a Squid Game trivia, but
No,
I don't know if most of you like Squid Game. We do. Oh, I'm so comfy. I've got my legs up. I'm all cozy. I just need my atomic bomb pillow, but it's too far away.
It's all the way over there. It's underneath all that pile of stuff. Here we go. It's time to play the Great Grift Off Liberty Loot Live. Let's explain the rules to the audience. Here's how it works. Each round, 2 random artists are assigned a word. Guessers combine both drawings to guess the word. Guessers can guess as many times as they want. So it's kind of like Pictionary in some ways, but we have to work together. So one person draws one side of the picture, the other person draws the other side of the picture, and then everybody has to guess what it is. Are we ready to play? Play with draw. Here we go. It's time for the Great Grift Off. Let's play. Drew and St. Selma are drawing together. Let's get ready.
Donald Trump is in here?
Drew J. Trump.
Oh my gosh. That would be funny if Donald Trump played the game sometime. Oh my gosh, what is he drawing?
I don't know.
Somebody holding a constitution?
Don't say it out loud, Stephanie, because if you guess it right, then you'll give it away to the people.
Oh. So wait, Drew and St. Selma have to
Drew,
guess?
They have to draw, and everybody else guesses.
Oh, who's everybody else?
There's like 5 or 6 players, Stephanie.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It looks like a person, and they're looking at like a cup.
A keyhole?
And, for St. Selma, it looks like the flag of Japan.
But then it has a cat ear on top of it.
It has one cat ear. Is that like a turd in a box? What
I
is
think
that?
Drew has some mushroom coffee that he has there in a cup. What? I don't know what's going on here.
I have no idea.
Is it a camera?
We're talking about brands, so we have to guess a brand.
Oh, I think I know now.
Don't say it.
She drew the logo of the brand. I know what it is.
I don't know what that logo is.
I know what it is.
Don't say it out loud.
You gotta draw a big boobied model. That's what you gotta draw.
What was it?
It was Instagram.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Draw Sydney Sweeney.
Instagram.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
there we go. Entropy and Quest are drawing now. Let's see.
Oh my God, what is that?
It looks like a duck.
Nike? It looks like a Nike shoe.
Stephanie,
it's
please.
not Nike.
Be careful. I know, but be careful.
I won't give it away. Don't worry.
I am
You
worried.
know I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I got this.
I got you.
I'm just playing with the people. Just some comic commentary. It looks like an ice skate. And then Entropy just drew 3 lines. Oh, wait. Oh, it went by so fast, I didn't even read what it was.
I missed it.
Okay.
Amazon.
What is that?
It was Amazon.
Are you sure?
That's what the last one was. That's what he said.
That's what this one is.
No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is.
Talk about giving it away.
I can't believe I did that.
Way to go.
Especially after I came down on it.
Hey, that's karma right there. That's what you get for telling me to quiet.
At least it's good comedy.
Yep. Wow. Well, Grizz Cheese seems to think that our packages come over by boat. Like the Mayflower.
I feel so stupid. I read it was because it was in the chat. Somebody who wrote it. Luke Sacker. I blame you.
Well,
Damn
he
it.
was trying to guess what it was.
You blew it. Oh my God.
Yep. We're gonna have to restart this whole game because now it's totally unfair.
It's amazing. No, it's not, because they could have just entered it in. Somebody hasn't gotten it at this point. If they haven't gotten it, they're not paying attention. I mean, like,
it's
how are you gonna help them?
It's
amazing. Boxes and shipping truck. Okay. Quest is strong at number 1.
Traffic lights. Oh, you gotta guess.
Oh yeah, this is. They have to tap as fast as they can when it goes green.
Wow, you guys have good response time.
Mhm.
You must play video games.
Where's the admonish button? You're not supposed to do that, Luke. Well, you can, I guess, but it screwed me up. Made me look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not allowed. It makes me look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Player's guest. All right, Grizz. What's the brand? Grizz and Entropy.
Oh, I know what it is.
No, Luke, it's fine. I'm just kidding, bud.
Yeah, we're just playing with each other. Okay, this is a pretty easy one. This is actually a really fun game. I like this.
Yeah, it is. It's fun to see how everybody draws.
I don't know how easy it is for people to draw, but it looks good. Oh my gosh, Harry Potter? Oh, Quest just deleted what he did. T. Mill is really thinking about what she's going to draw. She hasn't started quite yet. Oh my gosh. Huh. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, there's eyeglasses, a magnifying glass. Harry Potter.
So they're all brands.
Yep. I know what this is. I think T-Mill has passed out.
Where's T-Mill?
She's not here right now. Oh my God, he wrote it. He wrote it on. Look, he wrote it on the screen.
Quest.
You're cheating, man.
Well, it's because T-Mill's not there. Look at that. She did a line.
Oh my God.
On her Android. Oh my God, that's funny.
T-Mill was just kind of paralyzed.
I guess so. You all right there, T-Mill?
Oh my God.
This is funny. All right, Drew and Selma, come on,
Pictionary
guys.
is a good game.
Pictionary is fun.
So Selma's drawing what looks like an apple. And then Drew's drawing some glasses. Two apples. Interesting.
Glasses, apples.
Yeah, those are some nice leaves on your apple there. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I really am not sure what's going on here. That's a real tease.
Nefertiti?
Nut filled.
Nut powder?
Nutella.
Nutafuta? Nilla wafers.
Oh, Netflix. Oh, okay.
One more round and one more chance to win.
Last round. Here we go. Question. Hopefully my commentary helps you all know how your drawing is doing.
Brondulamon.
Okay, here's a weight. Okay, a weight exercise. Okay, I see. On the left-hand side, I think that's a fruit. Exercise. Good job, Matt. Yay! Lululemon. It's the pants that every girl wants. Hopefully Hazel will never want
Drew J.
Lululemon.
Trump. Congratulations, Brad. Send him his $25 gift card to the Griff Shop.
You guys did a really good job. That was actually incredibly entertaining. Not going to lie.
Thanks so much to everybody for watching the Wake Up America show today and being a part of our audience. We appreciate all of our financial contributors. You guys, you just blow us away. I hope that you guys will join us tonight because Freedom Arcade will go live tonight at 8 p.m. Central right here. We'll play more party games just like that, and we'll goof around and have a good time. So make sure that you guys come back and join us here at 8 p.m. Central, right at this same bat time, same bat channel here at rumble.com/AP4Liberty.
Be free.
Also, don't forget to, guys, that the Griff Shop is open and ready for business. It's time to go get your Christmas presents for your family. Order them now because each one is individually embroidered if you're going to buy some of the new products from the Griff Shop. So when you go to forlibertyshop.com this morning, check out the Fresh for the Freedom Fight latest product drops. We've got a bunch of beautiful new embroidered designs. Things like fleece pullovers, zip hoodies. They're the kind of thing that you're going to get. They're going to open up on Christmas morning, and they're immediately going to put that thing on and wear it for the rest of the day, okay? Also, if they get a bunch of Christmas presents, if you get them an Appeal to Heaven embroidered duffel bag, they're going to be able to throw all of their Christmas presents in it as well and take them home, so they're going to love you even more. So head to forlibertyshop.com, get our high-quality embroidered merchandise, check out the latest product drops, and don't forget, of course, that you get a discount when you buy our Founding Flavors coffee in bulk. Imagine if somebody gave you, for Christmas morning, an Appeal to Heaven embroidered duffel bag, or say maybe a Gadsden flag embroidered duffel bag, and it's full of Founding Flavors coffee. Would you just like kiss them passionately and say thank you so much for this wonderful gift? Of course you would. So why don't you do it for the Liberty lover in your life? Head to forlibertyshop.com. That's the Griff Shop. Exit to the Griff Shop. And we'll see you guys right back again here tonight at 8 p.m. Central on the Wake Up America show and the For Liberty Network.
Be free again.
New York City's next mayor will be Zohran Mamdani, who is not merely an extreme left progressive, but an actual democratic socialist. It would be a mistake to underemphasize the radical nature of this ideology. And yet, that's precisely what some in the media are doing. The BBC, for instance, featured an infographic that described Mamdani's democratic socialism as an ideology which has no clear definition, but essentially means giving a voice to workers, not corporations. That's an extremely evasive way of describing a radical political vision. No one would say that National Socialism, the ideology of the German Nazi Party, had no clear definition and implied only good things about the empowerment of the working class. It is not difficult to understand what is meant by the term democratic. Hey guys, before we go away, we thought it'd be a great time for us to do our monthly giveaway right now, because for those who have the little red castle next to their name, or if you are a $17.76 a month subscriber to the Wake Up America show, we're going to be giving away a prize for those people today. We do a monthly raffle drawing, so we're going to give away a $25 gift certificate, and the winner this month is Matt Unruh. So Matt, send us a text at 573-319-1586, and we will send you a $25 gift gift certificate, $25 gift certificate just for having that little red castle next to your name. It pays to be a subscriber. And thanks so much, guys. We'll see you back again here tonight at 8 p.m. Central.
Bye. Congratulations.
New York City's next mayor will be Zohran Mamdani, who is not merely an extreme left progressive, but an actual democratic socialist. It would be a mistake to underemphasize the radical nature of this ideology. And yet, that's precisely what some in the media are doing. The BBC, for instance, featured an infographic that described Mamdani's democratic socialism as an ideology which has no clear definition, but essentially means giving a voice to workers, not corporations. That's an extremely evasive way of describing a radical political vision. No one would say that National Socialism, the ideology of the German Nazi Party, had no clear definition and implied only good things about the empowerment of the working class. It is not difficult to understand what is meant by the term democratic socialism. Plain old socialism is a revolutionary economic and political system that involves the workers seizing the means of production from the capitalist class. In practice, this necessitates a strong centralized state exerting significant control over and management of the economy, confiscation of private property, nationalization of various industries, and redistribution. Since such a system inevitably produces shortages, suffering, and eventually public discontent, actually existing socialist regimes throughout history have tended toward authoritarianism. The Soviet Union, for example, brutally suppressed internal dissent. In a 2021 story for Reason titled, "Yes, It Was an Evil Empire," the writer Kathy Young, who was born in Moscow prior to the Soviet Union's collapse, provided examples of Soviet tyranny. Among my parents' friends and co-workers, few did not have a story, if they were candid about it, of a family member or relative imprisoned in the Stalin era for some absurd reason. Someone's aunt was branded a subversive because a neighbor heard her playing a funeral march on the piano the day a notorious enemy of the people was executed. Someone's father was charged with fomenting defeatist attitudes during the war for remarking that Stalin sounded sad in his radio address to the people. By the end of its existence, the Soviet Union was an exhausted totalitarian regime, trying to maintain its grip on a society that laughed at official pieties, craved consumer goods, was thrilled by the forbidden, and idolized the West. Let's return to the Soviet Union in a minute. Democratic socialists seek to distance themselves from the authoritarian tendencies of actually existing socialist regimes, which is why they added the word democratic to their moniker. They wish to establish that the seizing of private property and redistribution of resources will be arrived at via democratic means. And like the BBC, they tend to describe themselves very vaguely, using flowery rhetoric. Senator Bernie Sanders, DVT, has defined democratic socialism as a government and an economy and a society which works for all. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez thinks it's democratic participation in our economic dignity. Obviously, these are not particularly distinguishing descriptions. Most people probably think their political views lend toward a dignified society that generally works for all. Certainly, opponents of socialism believe that the opposite slate of policies, free markets, low regulation and taxation, reducing government control of the economy, creates greater prosperity at all income levels. Democratic socialists should be more honest about what they support, having a powerful central government micromanage the economy. Enter Hassan Piker, a controversial far-left Twitch streamer and self-avowed socialist who has described communism as the honorable end goal of socialism. Piker attended Mamdani's victory party earlier this week and remarked to a reporter that it was unfortunate the US had defeated the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Hassan Piker just went full mask off at the Zoran election victory party, declares it a tragedy that the USA defeated the Soviet Union in the Cold War. At a time when many conservative commentators are feuding over Nick Fuentes and calling on others to denounce the anti-Semitic and racist influences in the movement, it might be fair to ask if Piker speaks for left-wing commentators. Just as every figure on the right should be able to denounce Hitler without hesitation, it would be nice to hear progressives admit that the Soviet Union was bad. Fuentes, for what it's worth,